All right, let's knock out program number 3. All right, we're going to get started with a squat knee up. So grab a single one of your heavy weights, and we're going to hold it at our chest. Feet are going to be a little wider than hip width apart. I want you to sit back in those hips. When you stand up, bring one knee to your chest. Sit back in those hips, alternating sides. Keep that going for me. So nice deep squat backwards. We don't want to go forwards where we're getting into our knees. We really want to sit back in our heels, back in our hips. Sit back, knee up. Sit back, knee up. Keep that going. Give me 12 to 15 on each leg. So you're going to do 24 to 30 total squats, and then 12 to 15 on each leg, kneeing up, alternating sides. Hit pause, get going with that first set. All right. Welcome back for exercise number 2. Go ahead and grab your lightest set of weights for me. And I want you to hold one in each hand, and we're going to do lat raises. I'm going to turn a little bit here. Keeping your posture tall, you're going to exhale. Lift those arms up, shoulder height. Come right back down. Exhale up, shoulder height, and inhale lower. What I want you to focus on is as you lift, not to kind of shrug, not to kind of bend those arms. We want to keep everything nice and tall, keeping your core strong. So straight up, straight down. If that's too much tension through your shoulders, you don't have to come all the way shoulder height. If this is your lat raise, that's okay. I would prefer you just shorten up your range of motion, then come all the way up and get shrugging or throwing it into your back. I want you to keep this core strong. All right, hit pause. Give me 12 to 15 lat raises. All right. Switch those light weights out for a little bit heavier weights. We're going to start standing up tall with our palms right here facing each other in front of our shoulders. We're going to exhale, press one arm up, right back down, alternating sides. So single arm shoulder press, exhale, press tall, inhale down. Same thing with this. As you press, I want you to focus on keeping your spine nice and straight. It's easy to want to press and lean into it. Don't. Keep that tummy nice and strong, pressing up and coming down. All right. Go ahead and hit pause. Give me 12 to 15 on each arm, keeping that core strong, pressing straight up to the ceiling. All right, we're going to drop one weight. We're going to pick up a single heavier weight. We're going to stand really, really wide here, so much wider than our hips, and turn those toes out a little bit. So our feet aren't parallel. They're turned out to the side a hair. We're going to sit down deep into those hips, almost straight down to the floor. As you stand up, we're going to bring one knee up to our elbow. Step back wide. Sit down. Bring that knee up to our elbow. Keep that going. So wide step, knee and up to the side. So we're working through these abductors, through our hips, through our inner thighs. Really working to sculpt those legs and keep our core and our glutes really strong. You're going to give me 15 to 20 on each leg. So that means 24 to 30 total sumo squats with 12 to 15 leg lifts on each side. All right, hit pause, get going. All right, Kathy. For this next exercise, you can do one medium weight, holding on the ends like this, or you can grab 2 smaller weights and just start like this. It's up to you. One is not necessarily any better than the other. It's just whatever you feel more comfortable with. Start standing up tall with your palms kind of facing in towards your thighs. You're going to exhale, lift straight to the front. Inhale, lower down. Keep that going. If you're doing 2 individual weights, I want you to alternate arms for me. Obviously, if you're holding one heavier weight, we're going to go together. Either way is fine. I want you to really focus, though, on keeping your core strong and your back tall. So again, as we lift, we're not leaning back, we're not throwing our hips forward, we're keeping everything strong and lifting just through the tops, the fronts of these arms. All right, hit pause, give me 15 to 20 front raises. All right, moving on to our next exercise. We're going to do a deadlift, so go ahead and grab both of your heavier weights for me. Standing with those feet right at hip width apart. And again, on this one, we want our knees to be soft. We don't want them locked out, but we also don't want to be squatting. So just soft is about perfect. We're going to move solely from our hip. So we're going to hinge forward from our hip, reaching for our toes. Notice how my back is staying super flat. I'm not hunching forward. I'm really keeping that core strong, and I'm hinging from my hips. As we go to stand up, I really want you to squeeze through your glute. Squeeze through that glute and stand up tall. Pull your hips back under you. So inhale with soft knees. We're not bending our knees. We're just keeping them soft, flat back. Squeeze through your glute to stand up. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Give me 12 to 15 deadlifts just like that, keeping the weight in your heels and hinging from your hips. All right, I want you to go ahead and switch out for 2 of your more medium weights, maybe even light weights if those shoulders are really starting to burn out on you. But I would suggest medium weights. And again, we're going to start nice and tall with our palms facing in towards our thighs. Tall posture, we're going to exhale, lift those elbows straight out to the side so that they are parallel with our shoulders and our hands are kind of hanging. Inhale, right back down. So this is your upright row. I want you to think about being like a marionette puppet and there's a string attached to your elbow, just lifting you up and lowering you down. Most people, when they do this, they want to bring their hands up, but you don't. You want these weights to just kind of dangle. We're moving from that shoulder, rising the elbows, lowering down. And again, tall posture. Open your chest. So as you lift, we're not shrugging, we're not crunching forward. Open the chest, keep the collarbones wide, lifting up, rowing down. 12 to 15, just like that. Go ahead and hit pause, and then we'll circle back and keep moving forward. All right, go ahead and come down to the floor for me and grab one of your heavier weights. So on the floor, kind of leaning, sitting on your tailbone with your knees bent, and lean back a little bit, but don't crunch forward. We still want to keep that back nice and tall. Holding that heavier weight, we're going to tap that weight from one side to the other. So nice inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And again, focus on how I'm not crunching forward as I'm doing this. I'm keeping that chest lifted and tall, tapping side to side. Give me 12 to 15 twists per side. So you're doing 24 to 30 total twists. Going side to side, inhale, exhale. Hit pause and get going with those. All right, we're going to stay here on the floor for your next exercise. I want you to take that heavier weight you were just using. Now I want you to place it just across your hips with your hands holding onto it. We're going to do some hip bridges here. So I want those feet to be about hip width apart so that your hip, your knee, and your foot are all in alignment. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, we're going to press through our heels and lift our hips as high as we can, keeping that weight right across our hip bones, and inhale, tap down. Exhale, press up, and inhale, tap down. Keep that going for me. We're going to do 12 to 15 hip bridges. I want you to focus on, as you're doing that hip bridge, not just popping up and down real quick, but controlling it. Count to 3 to 5 as you lift up, and then count to 3 to 5 as you roll back down. So that you're really kind of creating that tension and building some strength as you lift and lower. Also, last thing to really focus on, keeping your shoulders relaxed and down your back. All right, hit pause, give me 12 to 15 hip bridges. We're going to stay on the floor, but I want you to grab 2 of your medium weights. And again, laying back flat on your back. Hands are going to come up to the ceiling with your palms in towards each other and your elbows soft. We're going to inhale and open those arms out wide to the side, and then exhale, fly up like you're wrapping your arms around a tree trunk. So our arms aren't perfectly straight. There's some bend in our elbows. We're going to open out to the side and exhale up and together. What I want you to focus on as you're doing this, I'm going to sit up and kind of talk a little bit, but think about if I'm laying down. As you do this arm fly, is that you keep your spine really relaxed and neutral. A lot of times as you open those arms out, your back's going to want to pop up off the ground. Don't let it. Keep it nice and neutral. Open those arms down and out to the floor, and then hug up and in again, almost like you're gripping a tree trunk with those arms. All right, hit pause. Give me 12 to 15 chest flies. All right, moving on. Last exercise on the floor, I think. All right, go ahead and lay on back. We're going to keep one medium weight here. Keeping those arms straight up to the ceiling, holding one weight on the ends with each hand. Keeping those arms as straight as possible. We're going to inhale and take that weight overhead, and then exhale, pull it back up to the ceiling. Inhale, going back, and exhale, lifting back up. If you get tension in your shoulder and it doesn't feel quite right, instead of keeping those arms perfectly straight as you go overhead, just soften your elbows a little bit, and that'll take a lot of that tension out of your shoulder. So again, imagine if I'm laying down. You're going to take that weight, going back, and then pulling back up to the ceiling. Go ahead and hit pause and give me 12 to 15 pullovers. All right, grabbing one of your heavier weights, we're going to do some side bend work here. So, fist at your hip on one side, holding your heavy weight on the opposite side. We're just going to hinge straight to the side and then really squeeze this side as we stand up tall. So kind of getting a stretch down, and this is the side that's going to work to help lift us up. So inhale down and exhale, standing up tall. Inhale down, exhale up tall. Switch those arms and give me 12 to 15 on the opposite side. So again, our hips are staying pretty square here. They're not moving a whole lot. It's just this rib cage flexing, and then pull that rib cage down to your hip. All right, give me 12 to 15 on each side. Hit pause, and then come back. We'll finish it up. All right, we're going to go back to this plank, but this time we're going to just hold a plank. So again, find your chair, the floor, the bench, whatever you want to use. Coming down on your forearms, walking those legs out backwards, and just holding, keeping that tummy strong and lifted. Count to 30, nice and slow, holding that plank right here. While you hold that plank, again, think about really relaxing your chest. So it's easy to kind of want to punch our shoulders, but keep that chest tall and open. Keep those hips neutral. All right, hit pause, count to 30, and hold that plank. All right, grabbing those weights for me, we're going to do a set of bicep curls. So with both weights palms facing out, we're just going to curl up to our shoulders and right back down. Curling up, rolling down. Keep that going, keeping that posture tall. So again, we don't want the momentum to kind of carry the weights. We want to control it nice and strong. Inhale down, really squeezing through that bicep as you curl up. Hit pause, give me 12 to 15 bicep curls, and then we'll finish up with your last exercise. Grabbing one of your heavier weights, holding at your chest, we're going to do a rear lunge into a knee up. So, same rear lunge that we've kind of been doing. Nice long step back, but as you stand up, bring that knee up to your chest, find your balance. Stepping back, coming up. So again, from the side, kind of what this looks like is stepping long. So again, notice I'm kind of forward over this front leg. My back leg is long, my back is in a straight alignment with my leg as I stand up. Bringing that knee up to my chest, finding my balance. I'm going to have you give me 12 to 15 lunges on each side, and then switch legs. So again, nice long step back, keeping this weight at your chest. Coming up, find your balance. All right, finish that up, 12 to 15 on each side, and then go ahead and circle back to the top of this workout and run through all of that one more time. So you're doing every exercise 12 to 15 times, and you're doing 2 sets, so 2 times through. All right, that completes your third program. Awesome job. Keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you soon.